All right, back here on the herd, Ric Bucher joining us in studio. Rick doing his victory lap. Congratulations, my man. You love the Timberwolves, and Ant looked pretty good. But let's start with your guy, Gregg Popovich, just announced recently he is stepping down within, the last hour, stepping down as coach of the Spurs. He's kicked up to the front office, which he's familiar with. And you guys have known each other for decades.
Yeah, I'm trying to come to grips with this news because there's probably no NBA head coach that I knew on a more personal basis over the years. I mean, he was an assistant coach with the Warriors when I started my career. And over the course of him going to San Antonio and running the show there, obviously had a lot of opportunity to be around that team, covering their various players, Tim, Manu, Tony, etc. But Pop was always welcoming, and whenever we ran into each other, he was always first thing he would ask me was about my family, my kids. It was always on a very personal level. The cantankerous Pop that you saw, I saw a completely other side when we weren't in front of a camera. I have so many touch points with him, but one of them was I was doing sideline on a game, and I said, before the game, I said, Pop, listen, just tell me what can I ask that it's not like you're going to give me some answers. And he goes, well, what do you mean? I go, Pop, every time we're on air for the sideline in between quarter interview, it looks like you're eating glass. Like, can we just find a way? Like, can we just be like this? And he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I will. Okay. And so we get to the first quarter, and the camera comes over, and the light goes on, and I can just see him change. I can just feel it. And sure enough, he was a bastard the same way he always was in those interviews. And, and that's just the way he was. But as a person, and obviously I'm still going to see him, but the idea that I'm not going to see him on the sidelines anymore. And one of the things that really, I asked him, we had a conversation shortly before he had the first stroke. And I said, why are you still doing this? Because you're a world traveler. You have so many interests. Like, you don't need to do this anymore. You've got all the money that you need. And he said, since he'd lost his wife, I'm just going to go home and look at the walls. He said, I have plenty of time in the off season to do those things. And the other part was he wanted to get Victor Wembanyama off on the right foot. If you remember early on in the season, Chet Holmgren was the rookie of the year or candidate. Everybody was behind that because he was playing with a lot more freedom than Victor was. Well, meanwhile, Victor and Pop were in the lab, were in the gym, and they're like, we're going to get your footwork down and we're going to get your fundamentals down before we start to open up the game to you. And sure enough, that's what he did. Now, he did that with so many players. It is a sad, feels like a shift in the NBA universe to think that Gregg Popovich is no longer going to be a head coach.
It's probably too early, but I'll ask it anyway. Do you think this impacts in any way, shape, or form their chances of going after Giannis this offseason? No,
I don't think this. From again, sort of his mindset, and we didn't talk about team plans or anything like that, but my feeling is that whatever the plans were, the plans will continue to be. The Spurs in the big picture, he was just trying to get Victor in the right place, coach for a couple more years, and then ride off in the sunset. This happened a little earlier than I think he expected.
Right. Let's go to my Knicks. Jalen Brunson, Mr. Clutch last night, knocks the Pistons out. Before we get to the Celtics, Brunson is just magnificent. Like, I don't want to say he's
remarkable.
He's my favorite Knick ever, but he's rising up the charts without getting to the finals yet of being one of the great Knicks of all time. He's certainly up. I know Willis Reed won a title, but
you don't. If you're a New York Knick, you don't get to the finals. So you don't have to get to the finals to be an all-time Knick. It's you consistently got us to the second round of the playoffs. Okay, cool.
Damn.
Hey, what's the reality? You know what? This is what drives me crazy about Knicks fans. Like, we're always on the cusp. You've been on the cusp. You're like Dallas Cowboys fans, okay?
Well,
that was 30 years ago. Your time in the sun was 30 years ago. Stop acting like tomorrow is going to be the day.
Well, tomorrow's probably not going to be the day because the Celtics.
I will tell you that. Not against the Boston Celtics.
Did you see the line?
It's a wrap.
The Celtics are minus 1,000 in this. That's not great, Knicks. Do they have any chance whatsoever? Now, Drew Holiday has a hamstring. Tatum's coming off the injury, although it didn't seem to bother him. Is there a world where the Knicks make this interesting?
No.
Sweep?
No.
Damn.
Look, and I don't mean to demean the New York Knicks, but it's a really bad matchup.
Yeah.
You got multiple guys, even without Drew Holiday. You got Derek White and Peyton Pritchard can take turns guarding Jalen Brunson. You got Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum on the wing, size-wise, against Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges or even OG Anunoby. It just the matchups don't work. Can it be unfortunately?
Can this possibly be a Cat series? Because he's the toughest matchup, I think, for Boston. But I mean, he was invisible last night. 10 points, fouled out.
I've seen Cat score 60 points and lose. So no, I'm not. Even if he has a great game, I don't see that being the difference.
All right, let's quickly buzz through tonight. Rockets-Warriors Game 6.
Yeah.
You got Steve Kerr whining about the fouls on Curry. You've got the hand. Have you talked to your Golden State people, Mr. Bay Area? I'm assuming Curry's going to play tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously.
Of course, yes. No question.
Who you got, though?
He's going to play. I think it's going to be a down-to-the-wire game, and I give the Warriors the edge in those situations simply because of their experience and the lack thereof and the absent of a true go-to closer. Jalen Green has somewhat been exposed. I was a big believer in what I was seeing in the regular season. I was like, I did not previously think he had a chance. And then he was showing me some things during the regular season. And this is the value of when you have a young team, before you have to pay them the max contracts, let me see you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let me see what you are when the lights are brightest. And the Rockets are getting an opportunity to see that, not just with Jalen Green, but with Alperen Sengun and all of their young guns. So
Green had the one awesome game.
There.
He's just inconsistent.
Yeah, well, if you're going to be a closer, you're going to be a star player. It is all about consistency.
It's just tough. He's so young, and then you look around and you're like, oh, Sengun's 22 also? I mean, I don't want to get too hot takey. Let's say the Rockets lose as you predict.
Yeah.
Are you trading Sengun or Amen Thompson in any package for Kevin Durant?
Oh, not for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, there you see. A lot of people don't believe that. Durant's got like a couple years left. Sengun and Amen Thompson, like a decade. Yeah. I don't think you're giving them up.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I'm not doing that. I love the culture that they've created. I love the youth and how you can bring all those guys up together. And more than anything else, like, this is the issue with Kevin Durant. I know from a technical standpoint, he fills their need as a closer, right? But he also is the biggest personality in your room, and he doesn't want to be a leader.
Yeah.
And so Fred VanVleet has done a great job of being that orchestrator and making room, bringing along the young guys, and then hitting big shots when need be. Like, do I want a better closer than Jalen Green, ideally, for the next step?
Yeah.
Yes, but Kevin Durant, to me, is not the answer.
What about Sengun or Amen Thompson in a package for Giannis?
That's where it gets interesting.
Yes.
That's where it gets interesting, because I could see that gambit. Again, because Giannis will fill some leadership, but he doesn't necessarily have to be the all-encompassing one, right? He likes being a worker bee. Look at how he handled things when Damian came in. He's like, I want this to be your team.
Right.
Like, no true one approaches it that way. He's sort of a magnanimous superstar. But in terms of his experience, in terms of his leadership, and this is how you approach the job, that would be very intriguing. Because this is the problem that I have. I love Sengun's game. He's being exposed a little bit here.
Yeah.
And maybe it just is youth.
No, it probably, yeah.
But the limitations of his game are on the big screen.
All right, we got a minute left. I have to ask, was it you that asked JJ Redick the question in the pregame that set him off? I didn't love the question.
No, I didn't like the way the question was asked.
Yes, agreed.
That was the problem. Because what he should have asked is simply ask what you want to know, which is, how did you guys come to that decision?
There you go.
Was that your decision, or was that a collective decision to play the guys the entire second half? Then you get to the heart of it, rather than the kind of around the corner are you going to lean more on your assistant coaches? Like, just ask the question.
Yeah. I mean, I defended Redick. I know that's not going to be popular when I go online. You know, people get angry. I didn't think he had that bad of a series, Rick. Like, he had the bench did not exist. You can't trust Jackson Hayes.
He did not have that bad of a series for a coach coaching in the playoffs for the first time. Yeah. But he failed the final exam. He went into the playoffs with a B+, A- from me. He ended up with a C+.
Damn, harsh.
Took himself
Tough
down.
grader.